So let's talk about Tiffany Red being used for the character assassination of P. Diddy Combs, who's done so much dirt. It's time. It's time. So it's not that he actually he's been doing this stuff for years, and no one said people were saying things. People signed NDAs. Certain people are in charge of P Diddy higher up. So P Diddy must have been doing something against the higher ups. This is why they're doing it to him. They don't care about these victims. They just are letting the floodgates open because P Diddy is going to have to pay for whatever he was trying to do when he was up in the higher realms in the cabal. Think Good Burger and how Good Burger had consciousness and computers. You eating food, you think you eating. He was eating. Little did he know, when he was doing those parties, he was a gateway to black women for the higher up Caucasian men who could not gain the consciousness of a black woman. So they sent the black man into the black women's consciousness to go speak to the black women who were psychic and songwriters and writers and mermaids. Okay, he was like a trickster in the astral realm. Because technically, in order to go to the astral realm and talk to mermaids that are good, you have to have a good soul originally. P. Diddy been being chased for a long time. P. Diddy knows how to get some music. His music back in the day was bumping. So he has the ear for music. So he has a gift from the universe, which means he's supposed to use it for good stuff. But the universe is not running correctly, therefore he ain't running correctly. Anywho, so basically, when he's having these parties, they're not just about doing the do, they're about being on some things to be at your another consciousness so you could talk through your portal, your birthday portal. What I talk about, your birthday portal. Your birthday is a portal to your people passing away. When you pass through purgatory, you are going through a portal. So when P. Diddy takes medication or whatever he's taking with Cassie, who's born August 26th, one day after Aaliyah passes away, he go into Aaliyah's land and say, Aaliyah, let me see what's going on. Aaliyah might be ancient Egyptian. She might be from the Maya, the Aztec, the Incas, Oneida tribe. Your DNA is direct communication to your ancestors, people who were the original people on Earth, and people who might be extraterrestrial. Okay, redhead energy mixed with black energy creates a humongous phone call. So this is why you see redhead, Wendy, Scarlett. Who else is in the news? Think about it. Wendy Williams, born July 18th, which is Cancer. Remember when she was wearing that 4th of July outfit and fell out? They were testing her to see if she could feel the energy. When they say you have a mental illness sometimes, they just renamed it horrible names so you can't understand what's going on. Because if it's a genetic code to have certain mental illnesses, then how is it something you are mentally control of? It's a physiological, biological trait. Why is this trait there? And there random mistakes where you could hear a ley line, right? People communicate on ley line, their phone call. Hello, the matrix. You have to dial in, okay? So you have to dial in. And when you dial in, some people could see you, they could hear you, they could taste you, they could smell you. And that's gonna scare the crap out of you if you're not understanding what the hell's going on in spiritual warfare. So Wendy Williams being used right now and always being used in the spiritual realm to connect. And she could feel it and hear it and taste it. She likes music, so musicians, people who like music, they really can tap into that side. So Wendy being the news with the red background when you look her up, you already know. Scottish Rite Freemasonry, Masons. When you're in war, redheads are the best to use in psychic wars. Epstein, Andrew, Prince Andrew, the Sophia robots, consciousness, they love to put a little program on these people's head. If you watch TV show called Peripheral on Amazon Prime, put something on your head and you could go travel. Or if you're naturally traveling like me and others, like through downloads, mediumship, psychics, sleeping mediums, sleeping prophets, you could see what goes on in the spiritual realm. So him being born 11/4, which is a Scorpio, is easily connected to Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, CPS, not Child Protective Services, but Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Set, Nephthys, and Anubis. That those three. If you look into Skull and Bones, they worship the wolf. They worship that family. They're the water signs. Water signs, Wendy signs, Mami Wata, the Good Burger uniform, same as Mami Wata. Cal Mitchell being born August 25th, Aaliyah's passing away day. The Little Mermaid, her now being black, but it's like when you have blue eyes and red hair, that denotes black from Eve, Jean, and then the red from Adam, G, the Lilith, the red hair, the extraterrestrial, the O negatives out there, those hybrids. That's that. You could communicate in the spiritual astral waters where a lot of currency is dealt with. So when P. Diddy's going to these parties where he learned from the higher ups that were not melanated, well, everybody's melanated, but the ones that are a little bit lighter, pale skin, they doing this and they're showing you the party. They're showing you eyes wide shut. They're saying this is how we travel in astral. If you get someone into the ecstasy, highest of the high, and you're taking things and you're doing things, you're going to talk to different consciousness of that person. P. Diddy was the gateway portal to many musicians who are beautiful, and he used that power he had to get into the frequency, to transfer frequency to the higher ups, because the people, when they travel in the realm, there are a lot of mediums, musicians, psychics that we could see them coming. When I see the Pope, I'm like, peace, in my dreams. When I see certain people come in my dream, peace, because I see what they look like and I'm like, no, I'm good. That frequency, that vibration, I don't want it. But sometimes you see P. Diddy and you're like, oh, you're P. Diddy. Before we already knew he was bad, but how bad did you think he was? We already knew, but now we know, no, you can't deny it. So, but like I said, they took out P. Diddy's father. I did a video on it. They took out his father, and it was a lot of things going on with his father that they could see him. They try to diminish your whole timeline. Watch Peripheral. You're a timeline they're trying to diminish. If they can't diminish it, they'll start at your child. They'll start at your parent. They will start at your school. They will start at a medical place. They will go into your life as a child to destroy it. So P. Diddy might have been meant for greatness. That was goodness, but the world's messed up. So now you're just working for evil, becoming evil. So when you think about Valentine's Day that just passed, and then now all the accusations come out, Tiffany Valentine, it is all just they want to destroy his character because they'll leave him alone when he signs the paper he needs to sign. Jennifer Tilly played the voice of Tiffany Valentine. Y'all watch Chucky, the bride of Chucky. So when you think about the Till name, think about Emmett Till, right? Think about Kwan Charles, who was reported missing in Louisiana. Baldwin, Louisiana. Who else did they put in the news? The Baldwin family. One of them got arrested. They talk about Haley, Justin Bieber had a birthday. Selena Gomez, birthday 7/22/227, feast day of Mary Magdalene, who's a redhead. Judas was the other redhead. So they're in Christ consciousness. They're in spiritual realm. They're in the realm, like Rust Red. He basically took out that woman and almost took out a producer or something on that movie Rust. Ritualistic things were happening. It has to do with Prince Charles having cancer. You need to go in the future, figure out what's going on. Pope Francis, the Holy See, Jesus, Joshua, whatever, the guy you all talk about, Joshua, Jesus, he part of the Red Sea. It's the red hair sea. The people who could see who have red hair that were used during spiritual warfare to see real wars. Francis Xavier, think X-Men, think of the solar flares we were having. Think February 14th, Valentine's Day, the Super Bowl happening, which goes with the Nephthys, Pisces energy I was telling you about, the Holy See, Skull and Bones. P. Diddy's in smack dab in the middle of spiritual warfare. He took the baits and now he's getting down. It's the house of the fall of the house of Usher. When you say you're gonna do something, the same people gonna come after you. Same people. And remember, Kwan Charles got taken. If you don't know about the story about Kwan Charles, it was like Emmett Till. His face looked like that. He was found in a sugar cane field. It was crazy. But the woman with red hair. Same thing with Vanessa Guillen. She was taken out at Fort Hood. The girlfriend who helped the boyfriend take out her body, had red hair. It's like they psychically tell these people, dye your hair red before you go do something for us, so we know it's Scottish Rite Freemasonry. We know you're being Chucky. What's Chucky short for? Charles, like King Charles or Ray Charles. Who possessed the doll Chucky? Charles Lee Ray possessed the doll Chucky. Who was getting hijacked the other day on a set? Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx's birthday is what? Taylor Swift's birthday. Taylor Swift looks like who? Zena LeVay, the Satanist that got out of being a Satanist because her father ran the Satanist church, the Church of Satan. So there's a lot of Cancer, Anubis. Cancer, he died of cancer. His brother had cancer. Cancer is Anubis, July. There's a lot of July energy. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, CPS, not Child Protective Services, but to destroy Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio's families. So Kwan Charles, Louisiana, Super Bowl, Mardi Gras, solar flares, X-Men. P. Diddy is just, he fell for the bait. Now he got to get his karma. But it's really because he's having a war with other people. They don't care about us. They care about their reputation.